Well, I set aside Wednesday to be my baking day, and it happens to be a grand soft day. It's raining. Well, I've got my flint and steel, and I've got some dry tinder. So, let's see if I can get a fire started in the rain. One of the tricks I'm going to try is taking this dry, wet piece of wood and cutting inside of it so I can expose the dry part to the fire. Since those are so large, I'm getting some finer stuff just by whittling it out. I've got my wood sorted out. Tinder, very fine, less fine, and coarse. All pretty dry. Flint and steel and char cloth. Let's see if I can find a dry spot on my rock. All right. The existing fire dries the next firewood. Let's just hope. The smoke goes away and turns into a nice good fire. Well, that rain was really something else. I managed to get the fire started, get the wet wood on top of it. The fire was big enough to dry that wet wood, and I managed to get a great fire going. Now I've got some biscuits in there to test the temperature. Biscuits typically cook at 425 for 10 to 15 minutes. So if they cook faster than that, I'll know it's too hot and needs more time to cool off. In the meantime, I decided to whip up some eggnog. The eggnog required an ice bath, and when you don't have ice, the creek will suffice. When you don't have a whisk with which to whip, you can quickly make one from a twig. I didn't exactly nail it, but it's really good, and the goal was to get started so I can figure it out, have a recipe that I really like in time for Christmas holidays. And this one turned out well. I'm gonna tweak a couple of things. Well, after 15 minutes, the biscuits are almost done. That means it's probably just about perfect. Okay, I had come down here and shown you the bread and the pumpkin bread and put it in here, but it turned out my video camera stopped. So, and the best I can do is in 45 minutes when I check on it, I'll get a shot of it in there. Well, I spoke a typo. The bread actually cooks for 30 minutes. So I'm gonna check on it right now. Well, as you just saw, the pumpkin bread looked like it was coming along just fine. But the bread looked like it was a little bit underdone for the amount of time it's been in there. So I'm a little concerned that I didn't get it hot enough. But I'm going to give it another 20 minutes and see what happens. That looks pretty nice. I think that's done. Last time it was a nice thick crust. I absolutely love that. Looks like I might have got that again. So I'm gonna say it's done. Put it on the rack to cool and leave that on the rack to cool. I'm excited. bread turned out really well in spite of my awkward angles. I guess I got to be more careful of keeping it upright while it's rising, but that won't affect the taste. It cooked really well. It's got a nice thick crust, so looking forward to having that. The pumpkin bread turned out really well. Cooked through it just fine, really evenly. Not in a lot of pumpkin flavor, so I think next time I'll add more pumpkin and less flour ratio. Well, I'm on my way to baking outside. Last time it was too hot. This time it was not hot enough. I probably should have heated it for another hour. So I think next time I'll get it right. But again, I've got food that I can eat and tastes good, so it's been a great day. In spite of the rain, it's sunny now, and it's been a good day of baking. So from here on the ranch, I hope you enjoyed this video. And now I'm gonna dig in. So long.